Ever wondered how an entire civilization could be built on stories? Not just any stories, but epic tales of gods, monsters, and the very creation of the universe. Today, we re-journeying back in time to uncover how the worldview of ancient civilizations wasn't just a collection of myths, but the very blueprint for their society. From the pyramids they built to the laws they followed, everything was connected to their understanding of the cosmos. So, what is a worldview or a cosmology? It's a civilization's fundamental understanding of the universe, where it came from, how it works, and our place within it. For ancient peoples, this wasn't abstract philosophy. It was the ultimate reality that shaped every single aspect of their lives. Think of it as the operating system for their entire culture. Their myths were the user manual, and their religious practices were the daily commands they entered to keep the system running smoothly. Let's start with ancient Egypt, a civilization famously obsessed with death. But to them, it wasn't an end. It was a transition. Their cosmology told them that life was a journey, and death was just a dangerous but necessary step toward an eternal paradise. This core belief explains so much. Why build the pyramids? They weren't just tombs. They were resurrection machines, perfectly aligned with the stars to launch the pharaoh's soul into the afterlife. The intricate process of mummification wasn't a macabre ritual. It was a sacred duty to preserve the body, the physical vessel the soul would need for eternity. Every hieroglyph on a tomb wall, every amulet placed on a mummy, was a piece of technology designed to ensure a successful journey through the underworld, as mapped out in their sacred texts, like the Book of the Dead. Daily life for everyone from the pharaoh to the farmer was a constant preparation for this ultimate test. Now, let's sail across the Mediterranean to ancient Greece. The Greeks saw the world differently. Their gods weren't distant, perfect beings. They were powerful, flawed, and deeply involved in human affairs. Think of Zeus, Hera, and the whole Olympian family. They were like a divine soap opera playing out in the heavens. This belief in active interventionist gods had massive consequences. Before any major decision, whether it was declaring war or founding a new colony, leaders would flock to oracles like the one at Delphi. They believed the oracle was a direct line to the god Apollo, and his cryptic prophecies could make or break an empire. Military leaders would perform sacrifices before battle, desperate to win divine favor. The fates of entire city-states like Athens and Sparta were often decided not just by strategy, but by what they believed the gods wanted. Their myths filled with heroes striving for glory, or Cleos, also inspired their art, their theater, and their competitive spirit. Famously embodied in the Olympic Games, life was a stage, and you had to perform your role well to earn both mortal fame and divine approval. Next, we march on to ancient Rome. The Romans were practical, master engineers and administrators. But underpinning their entire empire was a single, powerful concept, the asterisk pax deorum asterisk, or peace with the gods. The Romans believed that the success and stability of their state depended entirely on maintaining a correct and respectful relationship with the divine. If the gods were happy, Rome would prosper. If they were offended, disaster would follow. This wasn't just a vague hope. It was a contractual obligation. This worldview drove their religious practices, which were less about personal faith and more about precise state-sanctioned rituals. Priests weren't spiritual guides. They were public officials whose job was to perform the rites perfectly to keep the peace. This belief also became a powerful justification for military expansion. When Rome conquered a new territory, they weren't just seeking land and resources. They were, in their view, restoring order and bringing more people under the protection of their powerful peacekeeping gods. They even adopted foreign gods into their own pantheon, seeing it as a way to strengthen the asterisk pax deorum asterisk and the stability of the ever-expanding empire. Finally, let's journey to the Americas, to the dense jungles of the Mayan civilization. The Maya had one of the most complex cosmologies of the ancient world, deeply intertwined with astronomy and mathematics. For them, time was not linear but cyclical. Great cosmic cycles, tracked by their incredibly accurate calendars, dictated everything. Their universe was layered with a celestial realm above, a mortal world in the middle, and a fearful underworld, Xibalba, below. Their great pyramids, like the one at Chichen Itza, weren't just temples. They were cosmic maps and astronomical observatories. On the equinox, the sun creates a shadow of a serpent slithering down the pyramid steps, a public display of the harmony between their architecture and the cosmic cycles. The king, or asterisk Ajah asterisk, was the crucial link between these realms. He was the chief shaman, responsible for performing rituals including bloodletting and sacrifice to appease the gods and ensure the cycles of time continued, bringing the rain for the crops and success in war. For the Maya, history and prophecy were one and the same, all part of a grand, repeating cosmic dance. So, from the pyramids of Giza to the temples of Rome, we see the same pattern. The stories a civilization told itself about the universe were not just stories. They were the master blueprint that dictated how they lived, how they died, how they built their cities, and how they ran their empires. Their worldview was the invisible architecture supporting their entire world. Understanding this connection is the key to truly understanding the past and the incredible legacy these ancient cultures left behind. What a powerful reminder that the beliefs we hold can literally shape the world around us. Thanks for joining me on this journey through time. If you enjoyed this exploration, don't forget to subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss our next adventure into history. Let me know in the comments which ancient civilization's worldview you find most fascinating. Until next time, stay curious.